Oh, one last thing. I feel like I have to say this every time a ranking video comes up. These are merely my opinions. I certainly am not right. This is just right to me. I'm not right. I'm not wrong. You're right to you with your opinions, and you're wrong to me with your opinions. Everybody's right. Everybody's wrong. They're merely opinions, and don't get too heated because we're talking about shirts. Hello one, hello all. I am Charles, better known as CP on the internet. Today we're going to be covering and ranking all 31 of the NHL Reverse Retro series. I finally got a look at the full gear, how the jerseys and pants and socks, how they're all matching. It makes a difference. It really does, especially those white teams with the all white. It certainly makes a difference. So I wanted to see what the full uniform looked like before I gave an opinion. So that's another thing to consider. I am ranking the jerseys, but I'm thinking about the entire uniform when I do so. A quick backstory on me. I played roller hockey for quite a bit, and I just couldn't stand where the design of roller hockey jerseys were, and I decided to start my own company where I designed reframed versions of jerseys, you know, NHL-esque. I mean, there's even a point where I had laces on some jerseys, which is merely for show. It's roller hockey, for Pete's sake. But I just couldn't stand roller hockey. The possibilities are infinite because you're just printing everything on a fabric. So people did, and you had things that were going on all over the jersey, and it's creative, but I just wasn't into it. And I had fun designing stuff, and people would give me their input, and a lot of creative stuff. Some movie fans wanted movie-based jerseys for their home and road jerseys, and I tried my best to help them. As you can tell, I prefer a bit of a minimalist style, a classic style, if you will, when it comes to jerseys, roller jerseys. My pads were black, so I wanted the jerseys to match my pads. But we're not talking about roller hockey. We're talking about the NHFNL finally starting back up in 2021. So with all teams putting out brand new jerseys and everybody getting on the same page, sort of, I decided I have some knowledge, flair, attraction to jerseys. Let me rank them. I know you're like, get on with it. Just throwing up a couple of things in case you get upset and think something's out of place, just remember I prefer a different style than perhaps you do. And again, it's just, they're just opinions. So by all means, let me know your rankings down below. Without further ado, I'm going bottom to top. So this is my least favorite reverse retro jersey of the 31 teams this season. And it is the Anaheim Ducks and their cartoon jersey. I don't remember people liking that jersey when it was out way back in the 90s. A lot of weird jerseys in the 90s. That's not even a good roller hockey jersey. You have professional, AHL, and then roller hockey. And that Anaheim Duck jersey, I don't care what you did with the colors. I don't care how you flip things around. That's a hideous jersey. You have a cartoon on your professional sports team's jersey, and seeing it with pants and socks did no favors. That is not a pretty jersey. Up next, we have the New York Islanders with a recycled jersey. I guess whoever was in charge of designing the Islanders jerseys overslept and didn't have the homework in time, and essentially gave the jerseys that we've seen. But the stripes are a bit longer on the sleeves. Yeah, okay. We've seen that jersey. I mean, at least flip the colors. A lot of teams have done that, where they flip the colors. Make that jersey with orange being the predominant color and blue and white trim. What? Or have the fisherman with the modern colors. I don't know. If the Ducks are going to do their cartoon jersey, the Islanders owe it to a lot of people to throw the fisherman back on a limited time jersey, especially if you're going to, take teal out of it. Teal was never the color for the Islanders. But we've seen this before. This is the most. There's 4 or 5 teams that didn't stray too far, and the Islanders just mailed it in. It's not a terrible look. It's quite traditional. It's quite classic, but it doesn't fit the theme whatsoever. Oh, it's a bit of a darker blue, which is what you had before you went back to the old school jerseys. Fail. Coming in at number 29, the Vancouver Canucks. So what I just said before about the Islanders, the Canucks did. This is their jersey from, I want to say the late 90s, early 2000s, but with their current color scheme. And the fade, that's more 90s shit. That's more roller hockey stuff. It's just not for me. I didn't realize how much I really didn't like that jersey until I saw somebody uploaded the old school 94 Cup Canucks, like that jersey with yellow being the predominant color. And it's yellow, it's not gold. All of you people that say gold, the only team in the NHL that has gold is Vegas. Everybody else has yellow. Mustard if you must, but they're all yellow. But back to the Canucks. That jersey with the yellow as the predominant color, I would have loved to see that way more than what they have here. Number 28, speaking of cartoon patterns on their jerseys. The Phoenix Coyotes, Arizona Coyotes. See, I called them Phoenix because that jersey is from when they were Phoenix. It's a lot of stuff you got going on there. The desert and some cacti, and that old school late 90s coyote with a Jason mask on and purple as the backdrop. No. Number 27, and this kind of falls in line with the Islanders gripe. That's the Florida Panthers. This is a jersey we've seen before. We've seen that setup, except they added some white into the fold, so that was their third jerseys for the longest time. That navy Panthers jersey. It's okay. It's fine. I don't hate the jersey. This is more a score on the effort. Again, slept all weekend, forgot homework was due Monday, and just threw something together in the morning before you went to school. And that's what the Panthers got. Which brings me to number 26 on my list. The Calgary Flames. That, again, a jersey I've seen before. Black. That flaming head.
Cool.
It's disappointing. I don't know, Flames fans, you may really enjoy that jersey and are glad that it's back. We'll get to the team I root for and that later, but again, very, very samey to something that we've already seen. Me as a jersey dweeb, again, swap colors, do the current Calgary setup, but with yellow as the main color. I like really odd colors. I'm so tired of red, blue, black. It's all over the place. Let's see some yellow. But alas, this is where I have the Flames. Not quite as egregious as the Islanders, but on 25 is the Columbus Blue Jackets, which did exactly the thing that I'm kind of talking about. They inverted their colors and then swapped out the red and navy. I don't know how I feel about white sleeves on a red jersey. It looks really funny. We've seen white sleeves on a jersey for the longest time. Hello, Toronto. We'll get to you soon. Maybe it's that logo. That's their old school logo, all right. This one may grow on me. I don't know. Seeing the whole package kind of threw me off for some reason. Here's me contradicting everything I'm talking about in this video. It's swapped. It's inverted. It's something we've seen before. But for some reason, I don't know. Ask me again in August after I've seen it a couple of times, and my mind certainly might change on this, but the logo is just a little funky for me. That is an AHL logo. Up next, we have a jersey that a lot of people think is easily the worst jersey out of the lot, and I don't agree with that. The Winnipeg Jets took one of their secondary colors and made it a main color. Again, the Jets, as we know them now, don't have much history. They're technically an expansion team. So they went back to the past and got their old school jerseys and logo. And there's no red in this jersey. But people are saying that gray, it doesn't make sense. It's not in their color scheme. It is. It is in their color scheme. Their current logo features navy, maroon, and silver, gray, whatever. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. It's just kind of drab. But I certainly don't think it's the worst, not by a long shot. It fits the theme that I'm going for, something we've seen with a twist. Or if you're going to do something new, make it interesting. Tribute something from the past and be cute about it. Number 23 for me is the Red Wings. They have red and white in their color scheme. There's nothing to do with. You can go back through their decades of history and not find much to do with. All right, so they did away with red mostly. Silver has taken over. Yeah. There's a couple of original 6 teams that would expect them to do, and the Red Wings, short of like completely introducing a new jersey, they had to do. They were kind of handcuffed, and this is what we get. Good effort. You put more effort into it than the Islanders did. Woof. Number 22 is the Minnesota Wild. You want to talk about uncommon colors. Those old school North Stars jerseys. Green and yellow. That is some ugly color that I absolutely love. And I love that they took their modern logo and adapted it to a color scheme from their past, or vice versa. If they did the same thing backwards, if they gave us the N with the hunter green, that would have been neat. But they went this way, and again, I love colors you don't see every day. And how many green teams are there in the NHL? Not many. We're getting to a point where I don't hate these so much. There's a bunch of jerseys that I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay. This is the okay portion of the list, and then top 10 is probably where I really kind of get jazzed up. Number 21, the Blackhawks, another original 6 team that, because they've played outside so much, and because their history is just so limited as far as jersey choices. If this were baseball, what would you expect the Yankees to do? There's just so little in their repertoire that that logo, black as the main color, that we're not used to that, even though we technically are. It's been in their jerseys. They did something. They just did something new. It looks good. Again, a team that's handcuffed. Good job, all things considered. Number 20 is the Maple Leafs, another team. It is from the past. They had colors go down their sleeves, blue and white for a period there. Another team that really didn't venture too far away from the path. Another original 6 team. It's something we've seen before. Toronto, they've changed their logo, but it's kind of the same a couple of times. Oh, see, teams like Toronto and Detroit get a pass. They have all that history and not much changing. A lot of tradition. The Islanders, what's your excuse? You have a repertoire of third jerseys and stuff that you can point to. Toronto, it looks good. Introduce a third color. How about that for the future? Number 19 is the Lightning jersey, and this is what I've been talking about. This is kind of like the theme that I would have expected from this. Reverse retro. So it's an old school Lightning jersey that we never saw in that design. We never saw blue as the predominant color in those jerseys. And again, white on the shoulders, yet I'm okay with it. Maybe because it stops at the shoulders. The original Tampa jerseys when they first came into the league, I think the black jersey was one of my first jerseys I bought for a team that I didn't root for. And I thought it was quite badass looking. Again, nothing too extravagant. They came out in the 90s. It could have been way worse. I've only been introduced to aesthetics recently, and oh boy, as a jersey nerd, that website is incredible.
In 2010, the Tampa Bay Lightning were under new management and gearing up for a fresh look. They turned to SME Branding, who developed some truly outstanding and unexpected concepts.
I wouldn't mind seeing some of those. Just break those out. But anywho, here you go. What basically is today's color scheme for Tampa on an old jersey that's been flipped, which is another thing you can say about the 18th choice, the Sharks. We've seen this jersey before. This is a early aughts, 2000s jersey that just kind of switches colors around and all right, okay. They already have their original jersey as a third coming this year. So this with a gray, silver, whatever you want to call it, main color. Okay, I'll take it. You don't have much else to do there. It looks decent. Seen it before, but it looks decent. Something different about it. Number 17, and a lot has to do with the complete uniform. The Dallas Stars with their late 90s jerseys. Just lots of white, very little green. Even their pants. The way it ends up looking, as much as I enjoy it, I like the uniformity of it all. It certainly has a look about it that says this is the jersey that you're gonna have until you complete enough points in this game, and then we'll give you the jersey with color in it. I dig it. They couldn't take the N from the North Stars, so I don't know. Maybe a D with an arrow. Another team with a past that isn't in their current city, the Carolina Hurricanes, bringing back the Hartford Whalers jerseys. They didn't do any of the jerseys from the past. They just did the same thing a couple of other teams have done. It's an old school Whalers jersey with gray or silver instead of white. I love it. I again, green. Gotta love those awkward colors. Except Vancouver. I know what some of you are thinking. Vancouver, you had that pattern to play with, and you went with the current palette. I'm not going to forgive you for that. This is different. Whatever you're saying right now, this is way different. The Whalers is a team that's well missed as far as I'm concerned. Color palette that essentially is what Vancouver has now. You did something different, and you had very little to work with as far as an extra color or two. I loved those Whaler jerseys. I'm one of the few people that enjoyed it when they went to Navy. Number 15 is a jersey that when it was around the first time, I felt it was obnoxious. A lot of jerseys that came out in the 90s were obnoxious. The Blues. Wayne Gretzky, at some point in his career, wore this loud nonsense. I'm just glad they didn't go with that weird trumpet jersey. That it could have been way worse. Rotate colors, inversion, cool. Okay, it fits my rules as I've determined for my taste.
Las chanclas, todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Jesús. Jesús. Había subido la marea y encontré una paella.
Number 14 is the Flyers. Again, just moving colors around on stuff we've seen before. These are jerseys that I know they were around in the 90s, but they swapped white and black. They used to have white sleeves, and now they have black sleeves and white on the wrists. I like, again, odd colors as a dominant color. I'm weird. I'm just weird. Orange as a main color. I'm glad you stuck with that and didn't do something that was black. Cool. Number 13 is the Predators, another team with a very limited history. And they went back to their past and still did the inversion thing. They basically maintained their current color format with their old school jerseys, and I really kind of dig it. Another team that wears yellow. I love a home team in yellow, and Nashville doing their original jerseys but swapping colors around, but not the silver arms, which is an interesting choice. They could have went a couple of different directions with that, and I don't know, maybe made the blue the color on the shoulders, but I enjoy the fact that they took their original jersey and just kind of, what ifed it. If they started today, this is what it would look like now. Because those current jerseys are gaudy, and I love it. I love that strange colors. Yellow and orange as main colors are I'm just a dweeb about jerseys. I've been talking about jerseys for how long now? What a dork. Number 12. Let's stick with gold. Gold. The Bruins, another team, original 16, that don't veer off the path too much. The original 6 teams, I've noticed, looking into their past, nobody went crazy and totally switched colors and did things. Boston, they could have done something with that bear jersey that they had as their thirds for a while in the 90s, but they basically inverted their jersey from the 80s and 90s and made yellow the main color. I like it. Number 11 is the Golden Knights, which what are you supposed to do with them, really? They did something too. Shame on you Islanders fans. Just shame on you in general. But the Knights went ahead and took their shoulder patch and made that the predominant logo on this jersey, and there is red in that color scheme for Vegas, so why not highlight that? Because it's another team that didn't see the writing on the wall with their third jersey. Vegas now has a third jersey with gold as the main color. They could have just went ahead and made that their reverse retro, but good on them. Calgary might have something to say about that, but this is the top 10, and I'm going to tell you the top 6 are just great as far as I'm concerned. 5 stars in my opinion. These are 4.5 star jerseys. Number 10 is the Oilers with their inversion on the white jerseys. Again, seeing it in the whole package with the pants and the socks. Thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Somebody was streaming NHL 21 and they were playing with the Oilers in that getup, and I really, really dug it. Thank God they didn't do that weird cog that Todd McFarlane designed. Like that was so odd. Thank goodness they didn't do anything with that. Number 9 is the New Jersey Devils. Inverted colors. They took their 80s, early 90s look and inverted it. For a while there, they were using some version of that jersey as a third. On St. Patrick's Day, I think they were wearing their old school red jerseys with the green on the shoulders, and now they've done that jersey and inverted it, and I'm so glad they kept it all green. I was hoping when I first saw the jersey, I was like, please don't have red pants with that, and they don't. Number 8. Hey, original 16. That doesn't really have much to choose from when it comes to. This is a team that I have they had a third jersey? I don't know, but this. Why haven't they done this again? Inverted colors, blue jersey with red and white in the opposite places. Or actually, no. Blue and red are swapped in this jersey, and it really, really works. You look at it and you're like, what? How come this hasn't been a thing for a while? That's a jersey I may actually want to have someday. And it's boring colors. Blue and red. But you're just so used to seeing that red jersey or that white jersey. To see an original 16 deviate like that. See, that's why you put at least 2 colors plus white in your color scheme. Sometimes 4. You want some color to play with. Don't get crazy like the Coyotes. That there's I don't know. There's 9 colors on that Coyotes jersey. Number 7 is the Penguins, who took their road jerseys from the late 90s. That Pittsburgh looking like a Rangers jersey, but in white with black sleeves and black numbers. Again, very important. Pittsburgh has done a bunch of different things with their logos that excuse me, not their logos, their jerseys. They have as their thirds, they have their yellow jersey with that penguin I don't know. Does he have a name, Penguins fans? I don't know. Marty? Steve? Joaquin? Anyway, you're kind of limited in your choices. I'm glad they kept the color palette. It's strange. Every now and again when they have those old school third jerseys or their throwback jerseys with that baby blue, it just, I don't know. When I think of Pittsburgh, it's black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Call it gold all you want. The Pirates wear it. It's yellow. Number 6, and again, this is something that without seeing the full uniform, I thought not as strongly about it. The Capitals took what was their main jerseys. They switched colors in the late 90s, and this is what their jerseys look like. All they did was just take that design and put their current colors. Yeah, I was going to say old colors, but it's current because their old colors were a lighter blue. It looks fantastic. As somebody who's seen the Capitals play way too much, it's a pleasant surprise. I was actually expecting something blue, or that Capitol building. They have that as a shoulder design. I thought maybe they were going to do something with that, which is on the shoulders of these jerseys, or that W that they had. I thought maybe they were going to do a blue jersey with that W logo. But I can't explain why, but I really like the way this looks. This is what they should have done back then. There's like 3 or 4 jerseys where it's like, oh, wow, that's strange. Why didn't you just do that when you changed colors and changed your jersey? You could have just done this and spared us all this time. Number 5 is the LA Kings jersey. I know you Phoenix fans are gonna curse at me, but gotta love the purple. And it's simple. There's only 3 colors on the jersey. Coyotes fans, not purple, black, green, whatever you want to call that sand color. It's a bit too much, Coyotes fans. Listen, we're talking about the Kings now, but just focus. The Kings took their past and then their somewhat more recent past and blended the two. If you think about Gretzky breaking records, it was in a Kings jersey. It was in that black and silver Kings jersey. But they took that jersey, the Wayne Gretzky jersey, and went further back with the color design. It's something like this where why couldn't that be the Kings jersey in the late 80s? It's an interesting, really interesting maneuver, taking 2 separate things from the past and blending them completely. I quite applaud them for that. Good job, Los Angeles. I'm just kind of cheating here because this team, this logo, their color pattern, believe it or not, was something that I really miss. The Colorado Avalanche, who don't have much of a history, they could have taken New Jersey's Colorado history, but they took their history. They of course, moved from Quebec, and they essentially took the Quebec Nordiques jerseys and just threw the current Avalanche color pattern on it. And I missed that jersey so much that I don't care that you tweaked it. It actually looks quite good. I do another one. Do it. Shit, make that your jerseys from now on. Although the Avalanche logo right now has been one of the best logos. That A with the puck sliding down the mountain. Avalanche. Bring back the Nordiques jerseys with your current color palette. Have a maroon main jersey and that teal as a third. Oh, I miss the Nordiques. Remember when the Islanders were going to move there? Or Quebec was flirting with buying the Islanders? Or anybody? Why doesn't Quebec have a team yet? What the hell? Number 3 is my team. And as Ranger fans, we have been begging and pleading for the Lady Liberty jersey to come back. And they didn't give us the exact jersey that we had as of the late 90s. It got even more minimalist. It's a navy blue jersey with tiny red piping. That's it. These are jerseys that I've spoken to people that said that those Rangers thirds are the best looking jerseys, period. And I'm not just saying that as a Ranger fan. It's just a good looking jersey. And again, as a fan of minimalist, they went even further with the minimalist design. There's not much happening, and it looks good. It really looks good. I'm just glad to see it back. When can I get one? My number 2 ranked jersey is the Buffalo Sabres. That logo is badass. There's no way around it. When they switched to that being their third jersey, back when they had black as their main color, black, silver, and red, and this was their third jersey, a red jersey with these sabers as the main logo. This is awesome. Taking the current color palette and doing that. I love it. And they brought back the old font too, which is I don't know. I guess if I have a complaint, it's it's not the 90s anymore. We don't need those fonts. But the classic colors, the blue and yellow, with a bit of silver, gray, whatever. The only thing that would have been better if they made it a yellow jersey. That would have excited me. But I'm not complaining. That's a fantastic looking jersey. If you've been paying attention, there's only one left. And it is the Ottawa Senators. I know some of you could be gasping. Again, keep in mind the person who is talking and my taste. I like minimalist. I love that they've gone back to their original when they came into the league in the early 90s with Tampa. They're wearing those jerseys this year, and this essentially is a third jersey for that. Love the minimalist design, red as a main color. Going back to their logo, which was awesome, which I don't know why they changed it. They changed it to like a 3D look, and that was on their thirds, and then suddenly that became their main logo. That is an AHL logo. This right here is superb. Congrats, Ottawa. I love it. And if my memory served correctly, they're going all red with that, which makes it even better. It makes me want to tell Detroit to just drop a little black in there. Those red and white jerseys are tired. Toronto, those blue and white jerseys are tired. Let's sprinkle a little black in. Look at Tampa. Look at Ottawa. So that does it. All 31 reverse retro jerseys as ranked by me, Charles CP Sports with a C. I'm certain we disagree on some choices. So by all means, let me know down below what You can give me your whole list. You can tell me I'm crazy. Arizona fans, I don't expect to hear anything nice from you. Islander fans, are you excited by that? I'm not. And or we could just talk about your favorite jersey in general, and what your favorite type of jersey is. Maybe you like roller hockey style jerseys and the Ducks is your favorite jersey. I'd like to hear why and how. But that will do it for this video. Do me a favor and click the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more weird shit. I'm going to have another video on jerseys where I get really nitpicky. And I'd like to stay focused mostly on hockey here, but I'm going to divert. And again, the next jersey video I have coming up has something to do with fashion. And those are things you put together, is sports and fashion. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, I've been Charles, or CP.